Week 9 is over, and our Lancaster County football teams are headed into the final regular season week with a lot to play for. Hello, I'm Elena Ely, and thanks for tuning into this week's episode of The Playbook. Andrew Jackson is still without a region loss as they took care of rival North Central. The Buford Yellow Jackets remain in contention for a region title by beating Sherrall. The Indian Land Warriors played hard but dropped a close one with Catawba Ridge, and the Lancaster Bruins came up just short in their game with York. We took some time and spoke to our coaches about their Week 6 games and what we can expect this Friday night. We'll be back to hear what they had to say after this short break. Stay tuned for more of The Playbook.
Hey, Grant, what you doing at the bus depot?
I gotta go someplace where I can get everything I love. Internet with 1 gig speeds, a home security system, a whole home DVR with thousands of shows on demand.
Wait. All those things that you love, I know people right here who can get you all of it.
Internet, TV, security, and phone. Get it all with Compori, your friendly neighborhood tech giant.
As you set your financial game plan, we'll be with you every play. Relax. You're with Founders.
Hey, I'm Carter Osterhaus from HGTV, here with some tips on heating your home comfortably and responsibly, starting with your heating system. Even on the coldest days, nothing keeps your home warm and cozy like a high-efficiency, Energy Star qualified natural gas furnace. You can actually feel how warm the air is. And that's because a gas furnace delivers air that's up to 25 degrees warmer than the air from a heat pump. And you'll have warmer air inside and cleaner air outside.
I was proud of them for the win, and still undefeated in the region, which is, we hadn't been in this position since I've been the head coach, and we this late going into week 10, and then we haven't, AJ hasn't been in this position in a long time. So I was proud of them getting the win, the way they played the second half. We cleaned it up. We struggled in the first half, and I also told them, though, too, that we can't play like we did in the first half and expect to get the goals that we've set out for ourselves, and really put that as the message leading into this week, that, when we come back to work Monday, that we're going to have to fix that stuff and focus on each play. And but at the end of the day, score 60 points and you win. I mean, it's and win by 6 touchdowns or 5 touchdowns. That you played a really good game. But we got to do better, but proud of them for the effort that they did put in. Offense did a great job. There was only one drive that we didn't get points out of, basically, or but to within the red zone, missed a field goal. But they're moving the ball, kind of kept up with that. North Central played with a lot of fire and a lot of intensity, and I told them that we needed to match that intensity, and it took us a little while to do that. And but once we did that, we were fine, and ran for a good number of yards and completed some passes. Actually had a couple of touchdown passes. So just being efficient there and making plays when they get their opportunity. But Trey Thompson had another stellar night. But again, that starts with the offensive line and those guys up front. doing that. I mean, it's not possible without that. And so, and Hayden Williams also at H-back for us. And so, that they make us go. Defense did a good job of limiting the team. They had a good running back in number 11 that, and fortunately he's okay after the hit he took, but was released from the hospital that night. But he made it challenging in the beginning until he was out of the game, and kind of showed us some things that we need to make sure that we work on and shore up going into this last week and then into the playoffs. And again, we were right about our average for the number of points that we give up. And so, defense played well when they needed to, is kind of our bend but don't break type of deal. Don't give up the big plays, and made some strong hits and physical game. And that's what we like to try to play, as a physical game, and that eventually that wears on teams. And second half is where we really show out. And we did that again Friday night. Special teams was great again. Again, just grading it play by play. I think this week it was plus 17 that we won 17 of the plays or differential. And, that's great. We got another block kick, and we got another kickoff return for a touchdown. Now, the kickoff return for a touchdown was a bit crazy, but that's part of it to me on return, is finding the guys that have a knack for getting a bunch of yards or taking it all the way to the end zone. And Bubo, Jakevius Johnson, he did that again this week, and so that's 2 for him in region play, and he's a sophomore, and so we think that he's got a really high ceiling and has done a really good job with his role on the team. But the one punt that we had, we did a good job, and we didn't have any pressure on the extra point. So we did a whole lot better in special teams. Yeah. We feel like we've been in this situation before, played in this game. We already had this challenge. And so our guys are comfortable, humans in general, but even more so, it seems like teenagers are creatures of habit, creatures of routine. And if you've been there before, you're prepared. And that's one of our big things. We try to prepare our guys for what's going to happen and what to expect. And if they got an expectation, our guys typically do really well with that. So, the crazy thing for the seniors is they've never played in this game on the varsity level. The seniors were the last time they played these guys was their freshman year as on JV. And I think that was in a jamboree. I'm not even sure that they actually played the JV game that year. I can't remember. That's they're ready for that. But yeah, I think that there's going to be a really good crowd between the two groups, and the towns being so close, and for what's at stake. And so, we look forward to, just also excited that we have the opportunity, blessed to be in this position. Win more plays than they do. That's been our focus. Prepare the same way we've done every week. And so our message through region has been 1-0 is the goal for the week. And then how do you do that? You win. What's important now? And so we talking and stressing more of just win more plays than they do. Win that play and then forget about it. Go to the next play. Win that play and then go to the next one. And so, what do you got to do to have yourself prepared to win each play? And our guys have done a really good job of that this week. I feel like our first 2 days of practice have been some of our best practices all year. And so I think our guys are in a good mental position to be successful Friday night. They're a tough, hard-nosed team. They play from whistle to whistle. They play 4 quarters and get after it. And we wouldn't expect anything different. This is sort of like last week playing North Central. That all 3 of these schools, we know each other really well. That the guys hang out with one another. So that adds a different element to it. And but they're a sound football team. And then they're efficient on offense and kind of try to catch you off guard. And so they got some playmakers in 2 and 12 at the quarterback, and then 1 and 5, they'll make some plays, and a strong running back with number 35. And defensively, though, all those guys pretty much play over there too. But 10, 3, 60 is a good ball player for them too. And so we're not going to expect anything less than their best. That's what they do, is they get ready for this game.
Hey, Grant, what you doing at the bus depot?
I gotta go someplace where I can get everything I love. Internet with 1 gig speeds. A home security system. A whole home DVR with thousands of shows on demand.
Wait, all those things that you love, I know people right here who can get you all of it.
Internet, TV, security, and phone. Get it all with Compori, your friendly neighborhood tech giant.
Let's go! Oh yeah! Reach for the sky. We go! Yeah! Yeah!
As you set your financial game plan, we'll be with you every play. Relax. You're with Founders.
Hey, I'm Carter Osterhaus from HGTV, here with some tips on heating your home comfortably and responsibly, starting with your heating system. Even on the coldest days, nothing keeps your home warm and cozy like a high-efficiency, Energy Star qualified natural gas furnace. You can actually feel how warm the air is, and that's because a gas furnace delivers air that's up to 25 degrees warmer than the air from a heat pump, and you'll have warmer air inside and cleaner air outside.
Well, obviously we were excited about it, and basically told him, I said, you guys been working for this. You got a chance now to play your rival in a championship game. I mean, you can't ask for more than that. And that's what you need to work towards. And that was our goal through the whole offseason, was obviously to get bigger and stronger, but to put ourselves in a position to battle for a title. What started us off, we got off to a good start. We got off going quick, and we scored, I think, the first couple or 3 times we had the ball, and that helped us out, and it helped our defense out. And I like the rhythm we got going on in there, and when we get moving on offense, it kind of helps everything. Defense, finally, we got back to normal again, playing some good defense. We tackled well, and made some couple, Aaron and Jamari got a couple interceptions that helped us stop some key drives. And they played good. I mean, they played well, and that was complimentary football, and that was good to see. So very excited. I mean, glad to get them back, and now we just got to put it all together for this week. I think we punted once. Our punt team's been pretty good all year, and our kickoff team was much better than the week before. And that has to do with a lot with how we kick it and our coverage. Our coverage was much better, so that's getting better. And we did a good job kicking extra points and field goals. So that was good to see. So that very pleased with that. Playing in a good region, I mean, that gets you ready every week, and every week's been a different challenge, and it's I would say, heck, I mean, it's prepared us, but it's also banged us up, and you got to think of other ways of how to get guys in and try to stay healthy. And, it's a grind, but now you're at the week 10 and, you got a chance. So, some people might not come off the field at all. And it's the way it is. But, you want to put your best foot forward, and that's what we got to do to beat AJ. The focus is, one, trying to get guys in the right positions and make sure, Monday's a huge learning day of review and knowing what they're doing offensively, defensively, and on special teams. So it's a lot of stuff goes in on Monday. And, our focus is just trying to slow them down, do what they do best. You got to take away some things. They got great running backs and they throw the ball well. I mean, when you're scoring almost 50 points a game, you're doing something right. So we got a lot to worry about and a lot to take care of. Well, they're very good at what they're doing. And the 23 is a great cutback runner, and he'll bust it outside. I mean, you got to cover all the gaps on him. And they play two quarterbacks. One throws pretty well. They both throw pretty well. One's a better runner than the other one. I mean, they give you a lot of things to worry about. And on defense, they go to the ball. They run hard to the ball, and they tackle well. I mean, we got to kind of – one, you can't give them anything because they're very advantageous. If you give them a short field, I mean, you're just killing yourself. So we can't turn the ball over or do anything crazy on a special team to give them a short field. So that's huge right there. It's not trying to give them anything.
Hey, Grant, what you doing at the bus depot?
I gotta go someplace where I can get everything I love. Internet with 1 gig speeds. A home security system. A whole home DVR with thousands of shows on demand.
Wait, all those things that you love, I know people right here who can get you all of it.
Internet, TV, security, and phone. Get it all with Compori, your friendly neighborhood tech giant.
Let's go! Oh yeah! Reach for the sky. We go! Yeah! Yeah!
As you set your financial game plan, we'll be with you every play. Relax. You're with Founders.
Hey, I'm Carter Osterhaus from HGTV, here with some tips on heating your home comfortably and responsibly, starting with your heating system. Even on the coldest days, nothing keeps your home warm and cozy like a high-efficiency, Energy Star qualified natural gas furnace. You can actually feel how warm the air is. And that's because a gas furnace delivers air that's up to 25 degrees warmer than the air from a heat pump. And you'll have warmer air inside and cleaner air outside.
Yeah, just that we're so close. I mean, it's discouraging that when you lose, but we've played last two games, two teams that have lost, combined two games. Defending state champion in South Point, and then Catawba Ridge, which is undefeated, and both those games we felt like we had chances to win in the fourth quarter, and really felt like we had a chance to win up to about 2 minutes to go in the fourth quarter against Catawba Ridge, and just. We're playing. It doesn't seem like that. I know it doesn't seem like it to our players, but at the time, but when you go back and watch the film, when we grade all of our players, and I kind of look at the team altogether, we're playing a lot better football now than we were, week 0, right? And it's tough because week 0 you come off and you beat a rival for us, Nation Ford, and now you lose to another rival in Catawba Ridge, but you can't compare the two teams, and we are a much better football team now than we were then. And it's just it hurts to lose. It hurts to lose on senior night. And it's not fun to lose to a rival, but when you play well enough to give yourself a chance, there's a lot for you to take away. When you don't show up and you don't play the way you want to, and you don't execute, it's a much more dejecting feel than when you execute and you play well. You just don't make plays when they matter, and that's really what the biggest thing for us is. A couple, like 4 or 5 plays just determine the game and determine the outcome. And 4 or 5 plays go differently. Especially with three big miscues in special teams. We had a miscue on offense that could create points, and all those miscues gave them opportunities to score or kept us from scoring. So really just 4 plays away from being on the other side of it, and feeling a little bit differently than we would right now. Yeah, I thought we did a much better job of really being a little more balanced. We threw the ball well against a really good defense, and the most important thing we went to the game is just really valuing not turning the ball over. Catawba Ridge has done a really good job in the past creating a lot of turnovers and creating points off those turnovers. And so the biggest emphasis for us was taking care of the football, creating drives, and the scoring. And so I thought we did a good job of creating drives. I thought we did a really good job of balancing and throwing the ball well, where we struggled at last week. And thought we played better as an entire offense, minus 2 red zones. Yeah, really proud of our defense. They came in and ran the ball really well, and I thought they had a really good back. And for the most part, minus a couple plays, they did an excellent job against them. Their quarterback hurt us a little bit with his feet. Something we hadn't really seen him do a lot of, but he's obviously very capable of doing it. And I really thought we did a great job of kind of containing him on a couple of plays. And we gave up 2 drives that we really wish we kind of gone back and played a little bit differently, played a little bit better. But just again, we're close. We're really close. Yeah, it's a little disappointing. I thought we did some good things in special teams. But I thought at the same time we made some some errors that we just if you make this type of errors against good football teams, you're not going to win. And whether it be not staying in your lanes and not converging, come to balance on a kickoff, or we get in a position to block a punt. We think we did block the punt, but we roughed the kicker just because we took a bad angle. That took 3 points off the field, and then taking the safety on a punt in just a situation where we got a kid back there who's not been a usual punter, and we put him back there, and he's done a great job all year. He's also a quarterback, and it's just that's what really on us as coaches, not preparing them more for how to dig a ball out. When you're back in the end zone, and the importance of how you dig a ball out back in the end zone. Definitely been something for us to focus on and concentrate this week. Yeah, I mean, you always kind of glance at how other teams in the state are doing in 4A, and I know there's some really good teams in the 4A, and whether it be Greenville or Hartsville or South Florence and West Florence and AC Florida and those guys in the lower state. But boy, I tell you what, it's going to be hard to find teams that have been as good as our region is. Lancaster, York, and then the last 3 teams we've played are just really superior teams compared to, I think, to a lot of other regions. So I think if we can come out, and execute, come out on the winning end this week, we're probably going to be a week or 2 before we see some teams there'll be good football teams, but don't get me wrong, but to the level of what we've seen the last 3 weeks. I think it's just getting back and understanding how close we are. I think we've made some changes, just in how we practice and how we prepare kind of after Northwestern. I think that have really helped us become a better football team. And so just not, it's tough when you lose. it's tough when you prepare really well and you feel like you're prepared really well. You feel like you're focused and, you know, as a kid, I like to say, locked in, you're ready to go, and you don't win. But I think the most important thing is just kind of keeping steady and understanding that, you know, we're close. And if we have two choices as a team, we can continue to put our head down and work and trust of each other and have fun and enjoy this whole experience, or we can get dejected and, you know, and have the opposite experience. And that opposite experience is not going to get us to where we need to go. Just put our head down and work, trusting who we are, trusting each other, and trusting our play. And I think good things will be on the horizon. Yeah, they play really hard. Really, really impressed by watching them on film. I think they're by far, you know, one of the most improved teams in our region from last year. And hats off Coach Surratt and their staff. They've done a great job of getting those guys where they need to be. They've had some big wins this year. I mean, beating Chester, beating Rock Hill, you know, almost beating Irmo. I mean, look at their non-region. That's as impressive as anybody else, non-region, and really how they played and who they took on and how they won. So for us, it's going to be, you know, a heavy lift. You know, they played South Point as well as anybody other than maybe, you know, Catawba Ridge and ourselves. I mean, they played really, really hard, really well. They played, you know, York really well. I mean, they played everybody. They did some really good things against Northwestern. So we have our hands full this week, and our guys know it. They're going to play hard. They're physical. They have some really explosive excuse me. They have some really explosive players. Their quarterback is really electric with the ball in his hand. It seems like a really steady and heady player. And then their running back, and you know, they have a bunch of other tools that they're really good players in space. We can't allow those guys to, you know, to take over a game because they absolutely can.
Hey, Grant, what you doing at the bus depot?
I gotta go someplace where I can get everything I love. Internet with 1 gig speeds. A home security system. A whole home DVR with thousands of shows on demand.
Wait, all those things that you love, I know people right here who can get you all of it.
Internet, TV, security, and phone. Get it all with Compori, your friendly neighborhood tech giant.
Let's go! Oh yeah! Reach for the sky. We go! Yeah! Yeah!
As you set your financial game plan, we'll be with you every play. Relax. You're with Founders.
Hey, I'm Carter Osterhaus from HGTV, here with some tips on heating your home comfortably and responsibly, starting with your heating system. Even on the coldest days, nothing keeps your home warm and cozy like a high-efficiency, Energy Star qualified natural gas furnace. You can actually feel how warm the air is. And that's because a gas furnace delivers air that's up to 25 degrees warmer than the air from a heat pump. And you'll have warmer air inside and cleaner air outside.
I want to once again thank the coaches for taking the time out of their busy schedules to talk to us. Remember, all 4 county schools are in action this Friday as they prepare for County Rivalry Week. In the game of the week, the 4-0 Andrew Jackson Volunteers take on the 3-1 Beaufort Yellow Jackets for the region crown. Indian Land travels to Lancaster to take on the Bruins with the winner in contention for a playoff berth. Make sure you go out and support your local schools this week. Remember the county clearback policy at all athletic events. And thanks for watching The Playbook.